and welcome to this short how-to video on using Canva in the classroom. Canva, if you haven't seen it before, is a completely web-based free app for creating graphic design. So anything from reports, posters, presentations, video beginnings, flashcards, it's got everything, and it has a huge bank of resources which are free to use if you sign up for a teacher account. So in order to do that, if you just search for Canva Education, you will fill out this form and then they will give you their pro account for free. So you just need the name of your school, the website, and they'd like you to provide some photographic ID. I just provided my work badge, and I think it was within a week they'd given me access to Canva for Education. Before we look at the education version and what it looks like for your students in a classroom, just want to talk you through some of the things that you can do on Canva. I do everything on Canva. I do a lot of whole school advertising. I do a lot of video tutorials. I do the how-to guides. I've recently done the sixth form prospectus. I do all of my classroom headers. The list goes on. It's a phenomenal piece of software, and I'm actually really excited to be able to share it with you. The great thing about it is that it provides templates which you can use as a starting point. So if you have the education version, if you've been approved, it comes with education templates as well. So here we've got virtual classrooms, classroom kits, which comes with lesson plans and titles and schedules, worksheets, calendars, flashcards. To show you how easy it is to use, I'm just going to go ahead and look at a virtual classroom. You have a series of templates to choose from, including one that you can start from scratch. I'm a very busy person though, so I'm going to go and click on one that's already been prepared and show you how easy this is to edit. What you can do is click on each individual element. Everything is editable. You can move it all around. You can change the colours. You can delete. If I click on this one, for example, and go to this colour, I can change it to my school colours, which I've already set up as my brand. And I can go and click ahead on everything in this. It's all completely editable. I wanted to add anything in. If you go to elements, all of the elements, all of the photos, all of the music, everything in here, you are allowed to use. You don't have to worry about looking up copyright regulations. Everything is here for you. So I'm going to search for classroom. And you have a huge range. And the great thing about this is the graphics are really high quality. So I'm just going to stick in my classroom logo so that my students can click on it. So effectively, it will download this as a range of things. So PDF print, JPEGs and PNGs. You've also got an SVG vector graphic option now as well. You can make these animated and download videos and also GIFs. With this one, I'm going to make this interactive. So any element, I can click on it and I can enter a link. So any link at all. If I just preview that for you, you can now see when they hover over it, it becomes a hyperlink. So you've effectively got an interactive hyperdoc. The great thing about it though is not only can you just do that, download into different file types, you can actually post direct to Classroom and direct to Microsoft Teams. You can upload to any of your social media channels. You can use Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive, and even MailChimp. So it's got all the main players in here. You can email it straight out, and you can also set it as an assignment, which we'll look at in a minute of using this in Classroom. Everything is cloud-based. Everything saves automatically. You can, however, go into a folder structure. So you can set up folders, and you can do this within your classrooms as well, which I'll show you shortly. You can share with other people so that they can edit, and you can, if you don't want to use a template, create a custom design, and these ones will open up in the appropriate size for you. I cannot recommend this software highly enough. I think really you just need to get involved and have a go and see what it can do. But what I would like to show you is how to get your students on here and how to run it like you would, say, Google Classroom. The first thing you're going to need to do is go to your account settings. Within here, billing and classes, and then all you'll need to do is create a new class. Now, when you click on that, it doesn't look like anything's happened. So at this point, just go home, and in your main menu bar here, so in your place, you'll find that it's added the classroom in here. So it will say Claire Buckler's class. Now, I've changed the name of all of mine, so I'll just show you how to do that. So if you click on any one of these, this is now the same kind of interface, but the recent designs are actually those of my students. If I just show you, if you go to Year 9 Business here, this is where the admin for this classroom is. If you wanted to change the name, like I say, it comes with the default Claire Buckler's class or your name class. You can just edit it at the top here. You can also, by clicking the 3 dots, edit it here. You can create a banner for it in a new folder, and you can add members here. But what I tend to do is go to people, and then you can invite them just by sending a link out, and you can also do that with teachers, or you can import your Google Classroom. So because we are a Google school, this is the easiest and simplest way. So I would just choose one of my classes, and it will automatically send those invites to me. It's worth noting that under 13s will need permission, but you should all have that set up already as part of your GDPR. When you've got your classroom in, you can separate those into groups if you want them to work as a group on one item. Canva has several apps that you can add in that work alongside it, booklet makers and things like that. You can add in templates. So if you wanted them to always use a certain format, that would go in here. You can have a separate folder structure, and you can also share some designs. If I go to classwork, these are my Year 9s who've been working on a water bottle project, and they've been coming up with advertising. So this was their water bottle labels and their Instagram feeds. So this works just like Classrooms. If I click on this one and then review it, I'm able to edit this should I want to. I'm also able to add a comment for the student about a specific element of their work, and then I can review it up here, leave a feedback message, give the feedback and return. So it's pretty much like Google Classroom. So what does this look like for a student? The student will find an invite from Canva in their inbox, and when they join, they will just sign in with their Gmail accounts. They will have the same interface really as the teacher, with a few exceptions. So the student can use this as they would like and save all of their things. They still have the same download options. In the Year 9 Business Classroom, they can create folders and create groups within that, but obviously they can't change the names of anything. Now I've added a template here, so I'm going to use this template as a student. And then when I've finished, I've got a few options. I can download, and this is great if I want to add it to another piece of work. Or I can hand in to teacher. So I'm just going to give it an appropriate name. Send to teacher, and I may want to put a message in with this. And I can send to Claire Buckler. If I have more than one teacher, obviously I can send them to different ones. So when I've completed that work, and this applies to any piece of work that they create, it doesn't have to have been that template that I shared with them. And they can do a few other bits and pieces as well within their account. It links to all of their social media should it need to. So if I log out of this one, so one of the things that it does is it defaults to the last place you were. So it might be that you can't find your recent designs and realise they're your students, so you can just need to change where you are here. But I'd like to be in Year 9 Business. And if I go to classwork, I can see here, this is the one I've submitted. Here it is. I can take a look. If I want to actually review it, I can go straight into it and I can edit any of the components in here, should I want to. But what I can do is highlight and then add comments for the student directly. I can then review, give a feedback message, give feedback. Not great feedback, but just something to show you, give feedback, and then we've sent your feedback to Claire. So that's gone back to the student for them to have a look at. You can, if you want to, if this is my Year 9 business class, I can give them a brand kit. So I can set up logos for them, I can set up a palette. I believe they can do that for themselves, but I've not had a student, I haven't had a student test that out yet. And you can see up here, I've got some activity for me to do as a teacher. And again, if I just go back into my main one, and that is a very quick guide to how to use Canva in the classroom.